Hey, it's Denise from LaHia.com, and this time I'm going to show you how to make a macrame feather with just your leftover scrap yarn. And when I say scrap, I mean a tiny bit. So get your bag of scrap yarn, and you're also going to need a measuring tape, scissors, and masking tape or clipboard, anything you can use to keep the project in place. So let's start with that first strand, which I'm going to call the base, and this is the shorter one of the two sizes. It's 11.5 inches, and so when I go to get my first strand, I got to account for the knot and the fact that it's doubled. So I used one long 24-inch strand for the base, and then the ones that are on the side, they're 5 inches, so I need to give myself some working yarn. So I did 86-inch strands for the feathers, right? And in order to cut those, I created this little board here. It's 6 inches with some masking tape. And then personally, I was gonna do 4 strands per color, so I just wrap it around twice, and then get my scissors and cut. I try to keep them all the same length. I mean, I wouldn't get too fixated. Personally, I want it kind of scrappy, so I didn't care, but you want to try to keep them all the same size. That's why I created the little board. And like I said, you could just use a 6-inch strand. You don't even need to do this where it's wrapped. You just want to keep them all as fairly even as possible. And I did 4 strands per color. Then you take the one long 24-inch one and you fold it in half and then make a knot on the top, which is going to give you that loop for you to be able to hang the feather from your twig or whatever you want to hang it from, right? And so I got a masking tape to secure that loop to a surface so that I could work with it like this, or like I said, you can also use a clipboard. And then I get my first strand and I fold it in half, right? And then I'm going to take that one and I'm going to put it under the base. The long brown strand, I'm going to call that my base. And so I got my loop on the right and what I'm going to call my little legs on the left. And then I'm going to get a second strand of yarn and I'm going to fold it in half as well. The loop on this one is on the left and my little legs are on the right. So the loop on the left, you're going to put it under the little legs that are on the left. You see on the left, the loop is on the bottom and the legs go through and they stay on the top. Now you're going to take the little legs that are on the left and put them through the loop in the right. And what that's going to do is it leaves the loop on the top. The little legs go through and they're on the bottom. That's the difference. And then you're going to pull on the legs on both sides, and that's going to basically close it up and create a knot. All right, let's see that one more time. We're going to get 2 more loops, but first let's push this one up. Push the knot up as high as you can, and then get the next set. And we're going to do just like we did before, and we're going to fold them. So you fold the first set, which you're going to put under the base. That'll have the loop on the right and the legs on the left. You see? They go under the base. Then you're going to take the second strand and fold it in half as well. This time your loop is on the left and your little legs are on the right, and it's on top. They're going to go through each other. So take your loop and get your legs that are on the left through that loop, and then do the same thing, the little legs through the loop, and then pull, and it creates that knot. And then you just push your strands, well, you push the knot up, and then all you have to do is, you know, get the rest of your colors. In my case, like I said, I'm going to do 2 sets per color, so just get the rest of them. Let me show you that one more time. You're going to fold and put that first set under your base, get the other one folded, and then put the legs through the loops and tighten and pull up, and there you go. Then just continue. In my case, like I said, I had 80 strands, and then once you get to the bottom, you see that you can kind of shape start to shape the feathers. And personally, I like to use the last colors to look like my base, and then you can cut them with your scissors into the shape that you want. And then you want to leave about this much, about 2 inches, because as you can see, when you fold them down to give them that shape, because you don't really have to cut them, you could just shape it into a feather like I did here. But I mean, if you want to be a little neater, you can cut the sides. I then sprayed the feather with some water just to let it sit overnight and take shape. And for the larger feather, by the way, I used one large 28-inch strand for the base and 104 6-inch strands for the feather. And then that's it. There go your feathers. Just get a twig, attach them, and you're done. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and it would help me tremendously if you share the video with your friends.